What's a truth you realize too late? A love I gave everything to. A truth that nearly destroyed me. Asterisk, we were together for 8 years. 8 long years. Of love, of chaos, of lies. I didn't see until it was too late. Her name was Fariha. We met in college. She was the loudest voice in the classroom. The girl who laughed too much, and made the world feel exciting. I was quiet, shy, the boy who always sat near the window. But she saw me, and when she smiled at me, it felt like lightning in slow motion. We started dating by accident. Group project. Late nights, too many cups of tea. And then one day she asked, "Are you ever going to kiss me or what?" And that was it. I fell hard. She became my world. She was everything. IWS, and single quotes did. Bold, wild, fearless. And I thought she made me better. Everyone warned me. She's not serious. She's just having fun. You love her more than she loves you. But I didn't listen, because love makes you deaf. After college, we moved in together. Got a little apartment. Bought second-hand furniture, argued about curtains, cried on the kitchen floor. Made up with midnight drives. It felt real. It felt like forever. But slowly, things started to change. She got distant. Started hiding her phone. Started going out more without me. Stopped laughing at my jokes. And I started overthinking everything. Was I boring? Too predictable? Not enough? I blamed myself, even when I knew something was wrong. One night, she didn't come home. Said she stayed at a friend's, but her clothes smelled like cologne that wasn't mine. I asked her, "Are you seeing someone else?" She rolled her eyes, said I was paranoid, insecure, needy, and I believed her. Started going to therapy, trying to fix myself, because I thought I was the problem. And then one day, I came home early. She didn't hear me walk in, and I heard her laugh. Heard another voice. A man's voice. In our bedroom. I froze. My heart broke before I even opened the door. When I did, she screamed. He ran out half-dressed. She stood there. Half naked. Eyes wide. No apology. No shame. Just silence. And then she said, "I was going to tell you." That night I packed a bag, left the apartment, slept in my car, cried till sunrise. And for weeks after that, I couldn't breathe. I felt stupid. Used. Empty. The truth I realized too late. Love doesn't fix someone who doesn't want to be fixed. Fariha didn't need love. She needed power. Control. Excitement. End. I gave her all of me. Thinking it would make her stay. But no matter how much you give someone, if they're not meant for you, they'll still leave. I tried moving on, tried dating, tried pretending, but everything reminded me of her. Every joke. Every chai shop. Every rainstorm. She haunted me. Not because I missed her, but because I didn't recognize the version of me that allowed that kind of love. One day, I bumped into her. It had been a year. She looked the same. Still loud. Still charming. She smiled. "Hey, stranger." And all I felt was numb. She asked me to sit. We had coffee. Talked like old friends, she said. "I'm not with him anymore. He cheated on me too." I looked at her. And for the first time, I didn't feel sorry for her. I didn't feel anything. She asked, "Do you hate me?" I said, "No, but I don't miss you either." That night, I went home, looked at myself in the mirror, and whispered, "You deserved better. You always did." It took me a long time to rebuild. I started reading again, writing again, laughing again. Found joy in the small things. New friendships. Late night walks. Silence. Eventually, I met someone new. Her name is Sana. She's quiet. Soft. Spoken. Kind. She doesn't set my soul on fire, but she keeps me warm. And that's what love should feel like. Safe. Steady. Real. One night, she asked, "Have you ever been in love before?" I said, "Yes." Then added, "But it wasn't love. It was survival." She didn't ask more. She just held my hand. And that was enough. So what's a truth I realized too late? That love should never cost you your peace. That the right person won't make you beg for crumbs. That silence in love is louder than shouting. And that sometimes the person you love the most is the one who breaks you the worst. But healing? Healing is real. You won't be broken forever. You won't cry forever. One day, you'll look back and thank the universe that it ended, even if it almost destroyed you. Because some people are just lessons in disguise. And once you learn the truth, you never go back. It had been 2 years. 2 full years since I walked away from Fariha. Since I started over, I thought I was done. Thought the chapter was closed. Was wrong. The past is a strange way of finding you again, especially when you've finally found peace. It was a normal evening. Sana and I were watching a movie. The lights were dim. She was laughing. My phone buzzed. A message. From an unknown number. "Hi. It's me. I know I'm the last person you want to hear from, but I need to talk. Just once, please." Fariha. I stared at the screen. My heart didn't race. I didn't shake. I Didn't panic. Just a strange calm. Like seeing a ghost that no longer scares you. Sana noticed. Who is it? I told her. With full honesty. Her face tensed for a second. Then she said, it's up to you, but I trust you. So I replied, why now? She responded instantly, because I need to say sorry the right way, face to face. You don't owe me anything, but I can't move on without this. I agreed. 1 hour. 1 coffee. That's it. We met at a quiet cafe, same one where we had our first date years ago. She looked older. Tired. But more real. Not the glowing flame I used to chase, just a flicker of a memory I'd outgrown. She didn't smile, didn't flirt, didn't pretend. She just said, thank you for coming. We sat down. She took a deep breath and began. I ruined us. I know that. And for a long time, I blamed you because it was easier than looking at myself. I didn't interrupt, she continued. I was selfish. You gave me everything, and I wanted more. Freedom. More attention. More chaos. You were too good, and I didn't know how to receive that. Her eyes filled with tears. I'm not asking for anything. Not your forgiveness. Not your friendship. I wanted you to know that I regret it. Every single day. I stayed silent. Not because I was angry, but because I'd waited so long to hear those words. And now that they were here, they didn't matter anymore. I said softly, thank you for saying it, but I already made peace. I just wish you had loved me back then, the way you say it now. She looked down. I wish that too. She stood up. Ready to leave. But then paused. There's one more thing, she said. I never told you this, but after you left, I was pregnant. My heart stopped. She held her breath. But I lost it. A few weeks later. Tears rolled down her face. I didn't tell anyone. Didn't want pity. And I didn't want you to think I was using it all, bring you back. I stared at her. Not with anger, not with shock. Just sadness. Sadness for what we could have been. For the baby that never made it. For the truth that came too late. I'm sorry, I said. She nodded. Then walked away. And this time, it really felt like the end. When I went home, Sana was waiting. She didn't ask questions, just opened her arms, and I fell into them. I told her everything, even the part about the pregnancy. She held me tighter and whispered, she's your past, but I'm your peace. A few months passed. Life went on. Work. Home. Laughter. Until one day, Fariha's name came up again. In the worst possible way. She was in the hospital. Car accident. Serious injuries. She had no family nearby, and somehow, she listed me as her emergency contact. I didn't want to go, but I did, because once, she was everything to me. And I couldn't forget that. When I reached the hospital, she was unconscious, bandaged, breathing heavily. A nurse approached me. She's stable now, but the recovery will take time. I sat by her bed for 2 hours. Just watching, just remembering. And then she woke up. Eyes groggy. She saw me. Tears. Spilled again. I thought I was going to die. And the only name I could think of was yours. I didn't say anything, just held her hand for a few moments. Over the next week, I visited a few times. Brought her soup. Charged her phone. But I kept my boundaries clear. Sana understood. She said, you're being kind. That's who you are. Eventually, Fariha got better. She moved back in with her cousin, and a few days later, she texted me again. I'm moving to another city. Starting over. Thank you for showing up even when I didn't deserve it. I replied, I hope you find what you're looking for. And then I blocked her, not out of anger, but for closure, because that chapter was finally and truly over. Months later, Sana and I took a trip. To the mountains. Snow. Silence. Stillness. We sat on a wooden bench, wrapped in blankets. She looked at me. Are you okay? I nodded. Double quotes. Yeah. For the first time in years, I don't feel haunted anymore. She smiled, held my hand. And whispered, you turned your pain into peace. And that's the truth I realized too late. That walking away is not weakness. It's survival. It's strength. It's healing. Fariha taught me that. In the worst way. But still, she did. So if you're reading this, and you're still stuck in a love that hurts, please hear me. You can survive it. You can outgrow it. And someday, you'll find someone who never makes you question your worth. Love isn't about fixing people. It's about choosing peace over patterns, choosing yourself over chaos. The real truth? Sometimes heartbreak is your biggest blessing. You just don't see it until you're on the other side. 3 years had passed since that coffee shop. Since the hospital. Since I last saw Fariha. I had moved on. Truly. I married Sana. We built a home. Peaceful. Full of books and plants and quiet laughter. I didn't think of Fariha anymore. Not in longing. Not in pain. Just as a chapter, a lesson. A ghost that no longer haunted me. One rainy morning, I got an email from an address I didn't recognize. Subject line, please read this. You deserve to know. I opened it. My heart skipped. It was from Fariha. She wrote, I promised myself I wouldn't bother you again, but I need to say this. I'm dying. Not tomorrow. Not this week. But soon. Stage 4. The doctors give me 6 months. Maybe less. I then made peace with a lot of things, but not with you. There's something I never told you. Not even in the hospital. The child I lost. It was yours. I know that might not change anything. Just didn't want to leave this world without telling you the full truth. If you never want to reply, I understand. But thank you for loving me when I didn't love myself. I sat there for a long time, staring at the screen. So much pain in just a few words. So much truth too late. I told Sana. Read her the email. Word for word. She sat in silence, then asked softly, what do you want to do? I whispered, I don't know. I didn't sleep that night. My mind kept going back to her laughter, her lies, her apology. That lost child, was it true? Would it matter if it was? Why now? Why always when I'm finally okay? Does life twist the knife again? 2 days later I replied, I'll meet you one time. She responded within minutes, thank you, name the place. I chose the lake, the one we visited years ago, when things were still good, still innocent. She was already sitting there when I arrived, wrapped in a shawl. Hair shorter. Eyes tired, hands shaking. But when she looked up and smiled, I saw a glimpse of the girl I once loved. We didn't hug. Just sat quietly. For a while, the only sound was water touching stones. She broke the silence. Thank you for coming. I wasn't sure you would. I almost didn't, I said. She nodded. I wouldn't have blamed you. I meant everything in that email. She said, it was yours. I took the test back then, but I couldn't face you. I thought you'd hate me more if you knew. I looked at her. And for the first time felt more sorrow than anger. You didn't trust me enough to tell me the truth back then, but you trust me now. Why? She smiled weakly. Because dying makes you honest and brave, or maybe just desperate to fix what you can before it's too late. I sighed, stared out at the water. I spent years trying to understand why you hurt me the way you did. I was broken, she whispered. And you kept trying to build me while I was still tearing myself apart. Silence again. Then she pulled out something from her bag. An envelope. This is for you. A letter I wrote in case I don't wake up one day. You don't have to read it now. I took it, slipped it into my coat. Didn't open it. Not yet. She looked at me again. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I don't deserve it. I just wanted to leave this world knowing I told the truth. We talked for another hour. About nothing. And everything. Life. Regrets. What could have been. Then I stood up. She did too. And for the first time in years, we hugged. Not with romance. Not with longing. Just goodbye. I hope you find peace. I whispered. She nodded into my chest. You already gave me some. That was the last time I saw her. She passed away 4 months later. In her sleep. I went to the funeral. Stood in the back. Didn't talk to anyone. Just watched the casket and remembered the girl I loved. The woman who hurt me. The mother I never knew she almost became. That night, I opened the letter. It said, Dear you, if you're reading this, I'm gone, and I hope by now you've forgiven me. Not because I earned it, but because I never stopped loving you, even when I broke you, even when I pushed you away. The truth is, you were my calm, and I didn't know how to live in peace. Don't know if there's an afterlife, but if there is, I'll spend it wishing you joy. You were the best thing I had, and the biggest thing I lost. Goodbye, my almost forever. I cried that night. Not for her, not even for the baby. But for the boy I used to be, the one who didn't know that love shouldn't hurt. Sana found me curled up on the couch. She didn't ask. Just held me and whispered, she's gone, but you're still here, and so am I. Years passed. We had a daughter, named her Ema, and it means faith. And every time she smiles I'm reminded that sometimes life gives back what it once took away. I tell her stories when she goes to sleep. I never mention Fariha, but I tell her about the importance of honesty, of choosing love that makes you feel safe, not small. And when she asks me, what's a truth you learned too late? I say that love isn't enough if it doesn't come with respect, with honesty, with peace. Fariha was a storm. Sana was the sky after, and I was the man who survived both. So if you're reading this, still wondering if you'll ever heal, you will. But not all at once. One morning, you'll wake up and the past won't burn anymore. It'll just be quiet bruise, a soft memory. And you'll breathe again.